A way to double your conversion rates over your comparison chart modules, Amazon's new Fit Insights tool, and what platform did over $10 billion in consumer spending this year? This and more on this week's episode of the Weekly Buzz.
How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Shivali Patel, and this is the show that is our Helium 10 Weekly Buzz, where we give you all the latest news in the Amazon, Walmart, and e-commerce space. And we also provide you with a training tip of the week that will give you insight into serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. Let's see what's buzzing this week. The first article we are covering today is from Amazon itself. And if you were paying attention to the 2024 fee change announcement, then you know that Amazon is introducing a low inventory level fee for standard size products come April of next year. Well, in parallel to that, they are going ahead and launching a minimum inventory level metric as well to help you plan out your future FBA replenishment cycles. This does not definitively mean that you will avoid that fee going forward. However, it is there as an additional data point that you can use alongside the historical days of supply, inventory performance, and the capacity limits and restock recommendations. As you can see this right here that is right next to historical days of supply and sellers maintaining inventory above this minimum level associated with a 15% increase in sales over a 4-week period. Naturally, those results may vary. Again, note that this is different from the historical days of supply number, which is more so a metric that looks backwards, and it's used as the basis for the low inventory level fee. The low inventory level fee will apply when both long-term and short-term historical days of supply are below 28 days of time. Speaking of new things that have launched, Amazon also launched something called the Fit Insights tool recently, which is meant to help apparel and shoe brands minimize returns by providing detailed fit-specific information about their products. I know that I like to have fitted clothing, and anytime something I purchase is off in sizing, I'm very quick to return or replace that item. So what's neat about the Fit Insights tool is that it leverages artificial intelligence and machine learning to analyze your returns data, your size charts, and customer feedback before suggesting any improvements that you could make to your sizing charts and your product listing pages. This is meant to enhance the overall experience you are providing to your consumers. With the Fit Insights tool, you can also expect to see your return rate stacked against the average benchmark of similar best-in-class products. And the only catch, well, your brand needs to be brand registered and have sold at least 100 units in the past 12 months. Know that if you cannot access the Fit Insights tool currently, it is likely because it's transitioning from beta to become available to all eligible brands by the end of this year. And if you find that there's data missing for some of your ASINs, then there might just be a delay in assigning return rate information for newer products that just met the required shipping unit thresholds, which is why you should allow for enough time to pass for customers to complete returns and report accurate return rate metrics inside of the tool. Next up, let's talk about Comparison Chart 1. For those of you who are brand registered and use A+ content, Amazon added a new Shoppable A+ content module for brands, and as it says here, it allows customers to add items to their cart directly from the module. You can also see real-time prices for in-stock and buyable items, read customer review rating summaries to help the consumers make an informed purchasing decision quickly. And I agree with what Amazon is saying here as well, that I do think this has the ability to quickly compare products on the same page. That's going to help streamline the buying process for the consumer. And from a seller perspective, of course, that is advantageous as you can now simultaneously showcase your other products. Impressively, the module has a 2% higher conversion rate than the existing premium comparison chart modules that are not shoppable. And more than 25% of customers who click on shoppable premium A+ charts add an item directly to their cart. However, that is not nearly as impressive as TikTok's number, which they just became the first non-gaming app to reach $10 billion with a B in consumer spending across the Apple Store and Google Play combined. That does not include the other third-party platform apps in China, and so that number might actually be a lot larger. But guys, I'm really excited about the future potential of TikTok, and I hope you are too. But this number, as you can see here, actually falls in line with games such as Candy Crush Saga, which was or is all the rage, and it's a rage that I never quite got into. However, with 61% growth from the year's start, and making most of its spend from the purchase of in app coins, a virtual currency that users can spend on creators to later cash out, this figure, like I said, does still not include the Android app stores in China. So it is really, really impressive. Let's go ahead and toggle back to Amazon. Amazon now has language translations available for your sponsored display custom creatives in select marketplaces. This includes North America, it includes Europe, the Middle East, and Asia Pacific. The feature automatically translates ads to all supported languages within a marketplace, enhancing the visibility and providing a seamless experience for shoppers in their preferred language. Previously, these ads were only shown in the default language, but now they are translated for free, requiring no additional input from you or the advertiser. Registered sellers and vendors can access this feature, if this is you, automatically using the same inputs submitted for the primary language campaign. As for one of our last pieces for this week, you can find this inside of your news section in Seller Central. There have been some improvements made to the partnered carrier program for sending in FBA shipments. You can specify warehouse operating hours and special pickup equipment requirements upon entering in your ship from address. Enhanced pickup date information is available for the less than truckload, full truckload, and intermodal shipments, as seen right here. This does include updates for disruptions or delays. And to make things easy, if you want additional information, I would just head over to this page and click this PDF guide that's brand new. It's only available in English at this time. However, it offers detailed information and expectations for creating and sending in shipments with Amazon partnered carriers. And I know I said that one of our last news pieces was this one that I just covered. However, that being said, I was saving the weirdest Amazon news piece for the very end. Aren't you glad you stuck around? You can no longer sell donkey skin gelatin in California. So, supposedly, this is a traditional Chinese medicine that comes with healing claims to treat anemia. However, scientific studies don't really support that. So, if this, is something you want to sell, you can do it in the rest of the country, but not in California. So, that concludes our news pieces for this week. If you found this valuable, I want to take a moment here to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. We post new content regularly, so you are always in the know for what's changing in the space. Last, but certainly not least, Bradley is going to talk to you about a brand new tool from Helium 10 that will allow you to use brand analytics data like you have never seen before. Take it away, Bradley.
I'm excited to announce a brand new tool inside of Helium 10. It's not just a new feature or new function or new filter. Those are all valuable in themselves. This is a completely brand new tool, and you can find it in BlackBox, and it's called BlackBox Brand Analytics. How do you find it? How is it going to make you money? How can it help your business? Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Where you can find it here is in BlackBox, and you probably have used the products and the keywords tabs here in BlackBox, but now the third one is called ABA, which stands for Amazon Brand Analytics Top Search Terms. Now, first of all, what is brand analytics and who can access it? Well, brand analytics is something that was released by Amazon a few years ago. And at the time, it was kind of unprecedented information. Amazon would tell you out of its top million or 2 million or more keywords, for every single one of them, what were the top 3 products that were clicked after the search of that keyword. And then of those 3 top click products, what percentage of the clicks did each of them have? And then what percentage of the overall conversion or the sales generated by that keyword, how much did it have? And it's always been valuable information. So how you would use it, you would go to like any week or month and then maybe put in a keyword and see how many keywords were in the top 2 million or 3 million that had that individual keyword. You can put an ASIN in there, and then it'll tell you, all right, well, how many keywords did it come out where this product was one of the top 3 clicked products for that week or that month. And it's a great way to do historical keyword research. Like maybe you want to go back to a certain week and see which were the top 3 clicked. Obviously in Helium 10 Cerebro, now you can actually do that with a lot broader range, but still, this is information coming directly from Amazon. So now how does Helium 10's new tool play a role in this? Well, now you can take it to another level, and this is going to save you a lot of time, which maybe some of the tedious work that you were doing before. So with this here in Helium 10, you can enter in an ASIN or number of ASINs or a keyword. So this is actually something that I just did today, and I discovered a product I didn't even know existed. I was just curious. Of the week of December 3rd to December 9th, I wanted to know what were some of the top 2 million keywords that had the word coffin in it. All right, so I just entered coffin, and then I went ahead and pressed enter, and I wanted to put a couple of filters here. So I said, hey, let me put in a minimum search volume of 300. This is something unique now to Helium 10. I'm combining Helium 10 data with Amazon's brand analytics data. So I said, hey, I want to see any keyword that has coffin in it. I wanted to exclude nails because there's a lot of like nail keywords that come up. I wanted to have at least 300 search volume. And then I went even deeper, and this is what you can't do in Seller Central unless you just download everything and make it up, pivot tables in an Excel file or something. But I said, hey, I want to see any keyword that hits this criteria where a minimum of 2 of those products had greater than a total of 30% of the conversion. So why would I even look for that? Well, this is a way that, a lot of people were looking for opportunity. They figured, hey, if the top products are just dominating the sales, well, and they're not that great, maybe there's room for me to get in and steal some of that sales. Somebody else might look at the same information in the opposite way. They might want to look at, hey, what are some of the keywords where the top 2 or 3 clicked have less than a certain number of conversion share, because now they think that it might be even more wide open. So there's no right or wrong way to look at this, but this is the kind of thing that people would do. They would have to enter some pivot tables or some formulas in Excel, that on an Excel sheet that had literally a million rows, and then go forth and do that. But now you can do it right here inside of Helium 10. And so I actually put all of that information in, and take a look. The very first keyword that came up here, I was like, wow, I've never heard about this before. A coffin cat tree. And it had a 3,200 search volume. And so I'm like, wow, look at this. And then I was like, wow, look the top 3 ASINs total conversion share has 67%. So those top 3 ASINs are dominating. I could actually see here what are the top clicked ones. I could see the conversion share and the click share of each of these top products. And I actually went on Amazon to take a look at this keyword, and I was kind of blown away at what's going on here, because this is a keyword I didn't even know existed. And there are some products here, like there's a $49 product here that sold 500 in the last month. There's a $134 product, a gigantic coffin shaped like a cat tree that cats would play on, that has bats on it and spooky decor and spiders and stuff. $134, and Amazon says they've sold 800 of these in the last month. So I just found a new product opportunity that potentially I could do, and it was from this brand analytics informations. All right, and there's some other keywords that came up here as well. Another way that I could do it is maybe I'm looking at all the coffin shelves that are my competitors, and I just want to see, all right, where are some of my competitors one of the top 3 clicked products for a certain keyword in any period of time? So I copied a whole bunch of ASINs here to the clipboard, and then I put it right here back in this brand analytics tool in BlackBox. Now for any of these products, I see all of the keywords where any one of these is one of the top 3 clicked. And I can make sure that I've got them all in my listings, and I can see, all right, well, where are the competitors coming up? Maybe that I'm not. I could see here what's the average click share, what's the average conversion share. There is just so much I can do because now I can combine Amazon data with Helium 10 data. What are some of the other things that I can filter out? I can exclude keywords. I could pick the top 3 ASIN total click share. I can pick the top 3 ASIN total conversion share, a minimum and a maximum. I could enter in the search frequency rank. That's from Amazon and filter out in certain ranges. I can put in Helium 10 search volume, how many words that it has. A lot of this stuff you cannot do inside of Amazon right now. This is a cool one. I could do search frequency rank trend, minimum and maximum percentage, and search volume trend. You know, maybe I want to see, hey, from this month to last month, what are the keywords that have at least this much search volume that increased 1,000% in the last week or 500% in the last month? So I know all of a sudden what are some of the trending keywords that people are searching for a lot more than the previous time frame. All right. What are some other things I could put here? The top 3 clicked ASIN monthly average age. That's insane. All right, you can't do this in Seller Central. Take a look. I could put here, hey, I want to see any keyword where it comes up where there is less than maybe 6 months of age for the top 3 products, or less than 2 months of age, so I can know that's a newer niche. I could put here the top 3 clicked ASINs total monthly sales. All right, hey, show me a keyword, for example, that has at least this much search volume where out of the top 3 clicked ASINs, if I add their sales, it adds up to at least 2,000 units a month or something. Or I could do the opposite. Maybe they're not doing that great. Maybe I can actually pick here the top 3 clicked ASINs total review count. Like, can you see how that would help? It would be like, hey, show me a keyword that's trending, that has a lot of search volume, but the top 3 ASINs who are getting all the clicks, they don't even have that many reviews. Maybe I want to see something where maybe on average, they don't have a very high rating, where I'm like, hey, out of the top 3 that are clicked, maybe they all have an average of less than 4 stars. All right. Or maybe I want to see keywords that have a low suggested PPC bid. The filters here go on and on. There's just a lot of ability here to really dive into this data. So guys, start using this, play around with it. This is just version 1. All right. The team really came through on this. And what we want to do is to understand how you guys want to see this information. Everybody has different ways they use brand analytics, and people are already, combining brand analytics with Helium 10 data. So how do you want to filter through this information? I know one thing I would love is to be able to say, hey, show me where one of these products was ranking, or one of the top 3 clicked in like a whole date range instead of just this particular week or month. You guys like that one? You tell us, what else do you want to see? This is just version 1 of this tool. And then based on what you guys give us as feedback, we're definitely going to innovate here. But here we are innovating. It's the end of the year and we're still coming through with brand new tools. I hope you guys can get a lot of benefit from the new BlackBox brand analytics tool.
And how cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Well, thank you, Bradley, and I hope you learned something new from this week's Weekly Buzz. We will see you next week to talk about what's buzzing.